The Shen'ao Line originated from the Jinguashi Line during the Japanese colonial period. It was the steepest railway among the Taiwan Railways branch lines. This branch line was built in 1935 by the Japan Mining Corporation to transport extracted gold, copper, and other mineral ores for export. The railway was constructed as a narrow-gauge line with a width of 762 millimeters, running between Liandong and Jiangzilio Port. In 1936, the ore loading station near Bashimen Port was completed, prompting the railway's extension through Shen'ao, Baduzi, and onward to Bashimen. The total length of the line reached 12.2 kilometers and was officially named the Jinguashi Line. After Taiwan's retrocession, to transport coal from the Jiangxi mine to the Shen'ao Thermal Power Plant, a 6-kilometer railway section from Ruifang to Shen'ao was first opened for freight in 1965. At this time, the Jinguashi Line remained operational. In 1966, Taiwan Railways used the former Jinguashi Line's roadbed to construct a railway from Baduzi, Shen'ao, Ruibin, Haibin, to Liandong, with a standard gauge of 1,067 millimeters. The Shen'ao Line was officially extended from Ruifang to Liandong and formally opened for operation in 1966, marking the retirement of the narrow-gauge Jinguashi Line. In 1935, the Jinguashi Line was constructed from Liandong to Jiangzilio Port. Liandong Station was formerly Liandong on the Jinguashi Line. In 1967, the Shen'ao Line was extended and opened, and the Yanyang Sea could be seen behind the station. The station was equipped with tracks for steam locomotives to discharge cinders and facilities for supplying water to locomotive boilers. A large circular water tower under Shuilei Mountain provided storage and supply. In 1986, the station was demolished and leveled for the widening of the Northern Coastal Highway. Subsequently, in 1989, the Shen'ao Line was decommissioned and officially closed. The light railway connecting Liandong to Baduzi significantly boosted gold production in Jinguashi, with output peaking at nearly 70,000 taels in 1938. At its height, Jinguashi was hailed as the #1 precious metal mine in Asia, drawing a population of 80,000 who came to pursue their dreams of gold. After mining operations ceased, the area became sparsely populated, attracting artists and boutique inns instead. Along the road from Liandong to Jinguashi, small inns dot the landscape. In 2004, the Gold Ecological Park was established to share the history and former glory of the Jinguashi mining industry with the public. Haibin Station was inaugurated in 1935 during the Japanese colonial period, originally named Jiangzilio. In 1967, it was renamed Haibin Station on the Shen'ao Line but was decommissioned in 1989 following the discontinuation of the line. The station's front road was widened and elevated over time, resulting in the road's embankment closely bordering the station building. Ruibin Station on the Jinguashi Line was inaugurated in 1936 and reclassified as part of the Shen'ao Line in 1967. It ceased passenger services in 1989. The mountainside 2-lane expansion of the coastal highway now occupies the original location of Ruibin Station's platform. Shen'ao Station was established in 1962 to supply coal to the Shen'ao Thermal Power Plant. It ceased passenger services in 1989 following the decommissioning of the Shen'ao Line. In 2019, a 1.3-kilometer railway cycling path was introduced between Baduzi Station and Shen'ao Station, utilizing the existing tracks. The Baduzi Station on the Jinguashi Line was inaugurated in 1936. It became part of the Shen'ao Line in 1967 and earned the nickname the Duoliang Station of Northern Taiwan. However, it ceased passenger services in 1989 when the Shen'ao Line was discontinued. In 2014, when parts of the Shen'ao Line were partially restored, trains started using Baduzi Station as their terminal station for turnaround operations. Baduzi Station played a significant role during the mining era in the Jinguashi region. Located close to the ocean, it is separated from the sea only by the Coastal Highway 2. Passengers aboard the train can enjoy scenic sea views while traveling this stretch. Nearby, the Baduzi Fishing Harbor, completed in 1985 by RSEA using modern construction techniques, is the largest specialized fishing harbor in northern Taiwan. It accommodates up to 1,200 fishing vessels of 20-ton capacity and significantly contributes to the development of the fishing industry and the safety of fishermen's livelihoods. The harbor was once inspected by then-Premier Chiang Ching-kwa. Bashimen has a long history as a mineral transshipment port. Since 1920, tram tracks have been in use for transporting minerals. The Bashimen station on the Jinguashi Line was also inaugurated in 1936. Minerals, including gold and copper ores from the Jinguashi mining area, were transported from Liandong Station to Bashimen Station on the Jinguashi Line. They were then loaded onto ships at the Bashimen loading dock, transported by water to Nyosho Harbor, and subsequently exported via Keelung Port to Japan. The Jianji mining area was developed in 1955 and ceased operations in 1987, producing approximately 3.54 million metric tons of coal over 33 years, making it the fourth largest coal producer in Taiwan. The coal seam in this area outcropped on the western side and extended eastward beneath the sea, remaining undeveloped until before World War II. Initially, coal extraction at Jianji was conducted on land. In 1966, after the completion of the undersea inclined coal pit excavation, deep coal fields began to be exploited, with the maximum mining depth reaching 500 meters below sea level. Over its 33 years of operation, Jianji Coal Mine provided sufficient coal to the Shen'ao Thermal Power Plant, helping Taiwan navigate the energy crisis of the 1970s, marking a significant chapter in Taiwan's development history. The Shen'ao Thermal Power Plant, located next to the Jianji mining area, was completed in 1960 with a total installed capacity of 400,000 kilowatts. At the time of its commissioning, it was one of the most advanced power generation facilities in the world, surpassing the Dogwon Power Plant to become the largest power plant in Taiwan, accounting for 37% of the nation's electricity generation. It was once the largest power plant in Southeast Asia following World War II. Haikwon Station was inaugurated in 2014 with the reopening of the Shen'ao Line. It is the northernmost station in the Taiwan Railways system and was established to provide external transportation access to the National Museum of Marine Science and Technology. Opened in 2013, the museum features Taiwan's only platform integrated within a museum, serving purposes of exhibition, education, research, collection, recreation, and entertainment. The museum's mission is to inspire people to embrace the ocean, understand the ocean, care for the ocean, and sustain the ocean. Ruifang Station, constructed in 1919, features both a front and rear station. The rear station was specifically used as a ticketing and passenger access point for the Shen'ao Line before its suspension. It is the first station on the Liandong Line to include a rear entrance. With numerous tourist attractions near Ruifang, the station serves as the gateway to destinations such as Jiufen, Jinguashi, Pingxi, and Shen'ao. It is a major hub for tourists transferring to Jiufen Old Street, Jinguashi, and the Shen'ao and Pingxi lines. Ruifang Station is one of the few in Taiwan to include Japanese and Korean signage. While the Shen'ao Line previously operated passenger services, it later transitioned to freight use. Between 2007 and 2014, the line was suspended, and the station now only provides passenger services between Ruifang and Baduzi. The major events of Shen'ao Branch Line include 1935, construction of the Jinguashi Line began. 1936, the Jinguashi Line was extended to Bashimen. 1965, construction of the Shen'ao Line commenced to supply coal to the Shen'ao Power Plant. 1967, stations at Baduzi, Ruibin, Haibin, and Liandong on the Shen'ao Line were opened. 1977, operations ceased for the section between Haibin and Liandong. 1968, Haibin Station was restored, but Liandong Station was retired. 1986, Liandong Station was demolished. 1989, passenger services were discontinued. 1991. The 2.6-kilometer section between Shen'ao and Haibin was dismantled. 2007. The Shen'ao Line ceased operations entirely. 2014. Partial operations of the Shen'ao Line resumed, and Haikuan Station was opened. 2019. The railway cycling path was completed and opened to the public. The Jinguashi Line was once a paradise for gold prospectors and the predecessor of the Shen'ao Line. The Shen'ao Line flourished under the prominence of the Shen'ao Power Plant, rivaling the Pingxi Line and, at times, even surpassing it. However, with the depletion of mineral veins, reduced coal production, and the decommissioning of the power plant, the demand for coal transport ceased, leading to its eventual retirement. The Shen'ao branch line rose with industrial demand and fell with its decline. The 2014 opening of the National Museum of Marine Science and Technology revitalized the Shen'ao branch line, transforming it into a beautiful scenic railway.